We heard from Nebraska head coach Matt Rule as his team gets ready to travel to UCLA. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com as the Huskers getting ready now for this trip without quarterback Dylan Raiola, who Matt Rule confirmed here on Monday that will have surgery on his broken leg.
Dylan will have surgery this week.
What is it exactly?
Broken fibula.
Right.
I hate it for Dylan. I love Dylan. You know, if anyone says anything about Dylan, just know this. The kid had a broken leg, and he was warming up and begging me to play. That's all you got to know about that kid to know who he is. I got home that night. I didn't know when I was sitting here with you guys. I thought he had an ankle sprain. And I got home, and literally my daughter was the first person to tell me because I go one way, and my daughters were walking through, and they found out as he found out in the training room, and the doctor called me to tell me what character, what toughness, and I'm very grateful for him.
And now moving forward, Rule said these next 3 weeks with TJ Lateef at quarterback will really define the rest of this season.
So we're sitting here at a crossroads right now as a team, and it's an unbelievable opportunity for us. See, if you go back to my first year at the press conference, you know what they call the Big Ten Media Days, if you remember, which I probably don't, I said something like, we have to learn to get people to respect Husker football again. And, you know, we've had a chance to play Michigan, and we lost by 3 points. We had a chance to play USC, we lost by 4 points. So we have to chase those 3 points and those 4 points. We have to get better. We have to continue to recruit. We have to lift and run and do all those things. But I also think these next 3 games are some of the most important time for our team and for our program moving forward. A, this team, the guys that are here, they deserve to leave as winners. They've done everything we've asked them to do. And B, you know, we have to on a national narrative, we have to become someone that people respect. And it starts with ourselves. When we respect ourselves and don't talk trash about ourselves and don't go out there and, you know, not do things right. Like when we do things at a high level, we show respect for our program and our future, then I think people nationally will. So I know for me this week, I'm going to do the best job I can for TJ Lateef because leaders insert themselves in the point of friction to try to take stress off. And I know Sierra Wright, and I know Javen, and I know Deshaun, and I know Rocco and all those guys. Every single person in our organization is going to try to do a little bit more so that TJ Lateef can be successful. And I think we could be like an average team and just go out there and be disappointed, you know, that we lost last week and have a bad week, or we could come together and unite. And so I told our guys, either you're in or you're out, and they've all said that they're in. And I would say that to everybody. It's going to take every single one of us. But people nationally will never respect us until we respect ourselves. And I'm talking about our conference, the decisions that they make. I'm talking about the national media. I'm talking about fans. I'm talking about recruits. We have to, in my opinion, at this time, come together and absolutely continue to sow seeds that will manifest themselves in the future. So I wanted my team to hear that. I believe 100% in TJ and what he's going to get done. And we're going to put a great game plan together for him.
And now the challenge moving forward is building a game plan around the strengths of Lateef.
I think making sure that, you know, we put together a plan that he's comfortable with everything that he needs to do. As I said, I think, you know, guys are going to have to do a great job of being strong around him. You know, but I mean, even in the game, like he came out with a check on, you know, down in the red zone, and he checked it. He saw 0. He checked it to a tunnel screen. Jacory's wide open, is going to walk in. He just dropped the snap, and so he's mentally though at a really, really high level. And so he just needs reps. You know, when you're the backup quarterback, you're getting reps, but not as many. And so now he needs reps. Jalen needs reps, and anybody else we use at quarterback will need reps this week.
And heading out to the Rose Bowl, obviously it will be TJ Lateef in the starting role with Jalen Gramstad at number 2. Then Marcus Davila will insert in that number 3 spot. But it was Lateef that won this job over Gramstad back in August.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think he did. He's really smart, so he was always on time, always knows the progressions, always knows the checks, so you can trust him in those things. He's got amazing arm talent. He can spin it, and he can run. He can move. You know, so I think when you're playing, you know, young players, Pat Stewart had mentioned this to me like a couple weeks ago, just in the NFL. One of the guys he was with the Patriots with had said, if you want to draft a quarterback and play him young, he better be able to run because the game goes fast and you have to move. Even in the game the other day, you saw TJ was able to run some zone read RPO plays. The guy wasn't open. He was able to run. He was able to run on some plays. And so I think he was able to just kind of bring a little bit of all that to light. And so, you know, this week to me is not about TJ. At least my message to our guys, it's about everyone else making this where every single person has to do their job at such a high level that TJ can just do his job and not try to do anything more. But TJ can do his job. He's an excellent player, and I think everyone's going to see him play really, really well.
Running back Emmett Johnson continues to take on his big workload. He now leads the Big Ten in both carries and yards.
It's amazing. I mean, we were out there practicing last night, and he's out there flying around. I mean, he doesn't take he's really evolved. Doesn't take a lot of like direct big shots. He does such a good job at the point of contact of cutting back and avoiding. You talk about a story now. This guy's one of 2 players in the country with 1,000 yards rushing, right? I think he's second in the Big Ten in rushing, or leads the Big Ten in rushing. Second. So, I just really, really proud of him, and I think every game I still wish we'd get the ball to Mosey and Mackay a little bit more. I mean, I think they've earned those opportunities, but the guy, he's just hot, and so we went into that game knowing, hey, in this weather, we wanted to really establish the run early and then let that open up. Even that last drive of the first half, we went down and scored the touchdown. You started to see us open it up a little bit and throw the football. But no, Emmett looks great, looks healthy.
And now heading out to this game at UCLA, the Bruins are led by interim head coach Tim Skipper and interim offensive coordinator Jerry Neuheisel, and they've got a very talented quarterback under center, and Nico Emiliaviava.
Yeah, he's elite. He's an excellent player. Obviously he leads them in passing, he leads them in rushing. So it's really a tale of 2 seasons. You take out the first part of the year, right? They're 3-2 in the Big Ten. They're 3-2 under Coach Skipper. The Penn State game, he was their leading rusher. He willed them, and it was really not even design runs. It was drop back, quarterback scrambles versus man, and versus I wouldn't even not even like undisciplined passing lanes. He's just that athletic. They were running him some design quarterback runs earlier. He started getting hit a lot. I'm sure coming off a bye, there'll be some design quarterback runs. And so I have the utmost respect for him as a player. His dad was here this summer at the Adidas 707. He was a great guy to get to know, great to know. We recruited his younger brother. So I have a lot of respect for the way he plays. And they have got receivers who can get open. They've got an excellent run game. They've got a good athletic defense. But he's an elite player. And so it'll be the same challenge as last week, a guy who can do it all.
And finally, there should be a lot of Husker fans that make this trip out to Pasadena with the game in the Rose Bowl. In other news on Monday, Rule did say that offensive tackle Elijah Pritchett remains up in the air heading into the week, as they'll see how he works out here through the week of practice. With the Huskers in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.